competition leading Melbourne Storm at Adelaide Oval, and one of the key factors to Melbourne's success this year has been the form of Englishman Gareth Widdop, and our reporter Mel Farrell caught up with him.
In a team that boasts genuine superstars of the game, it's not easy to stand out. But the Storm's Gareth Widdop has been growing in stature since he made the switch from fullback and pulled on the number 6 jersey.
He was behind Brett Finch, so it was a bit hard for him, but yeah, I always knew that once he cracked first grade, he was going to be a special player.
During the trials, we weren't probably quite sure that he's going to be our 5'8", but he put a really good performance in our last trial, and we've been wrapped in what he's done the whole season.
I liked playing fullback. That's what I thought I was until so Brett Finch moved on, and there was a job there to be taken, and that's when I decided. I thought it's a good opportunity for myself.
And it helps when you've got a legendary 5'8" on the coaching staff.
Well, his running game being a fullback is one of his strengths, so he's really had to work hard on his passing game, his kicking game. He's worked on that as well, but certainly his passing and being a 5'8", obviously that's a good skill that you need to have, so he's really developed that well.
The change was quite hard, but I practiced all year last year. I had good coaching staff, good people around me, which have helped me along, and now he's working really well, and I'm really enjoying playing in the 5'8" position.
Of course, that's not the biggest change in scenery for Widdop. He grew up in the northern English town of Halifax, where he dreamed of playing for Bradford in the Super League before his family emigrated to Australia.
I didn't realise Melbourne was like what it is. It didn't have many league teams, but I just went down to Altona Roosters, and it just sort of went from there.
The proud Englishman impressed when he stepped up to the NRL last season and was quickly drafted to represent his country in the Four Nations tournament.
I hadn't played too many first grade at the time, so when I got the phone call, it was just, yeah, I really didn't know what to do. I was in massive shock, really, but hopefully I'll get to represent my country again. While
there's a growing number of English forwards making a name in Australia, playmakers from the Northern Hemisphere are a rarity in the NRL, making Widdop a valuable asset to his national side.
The more English players we get out playing in the NRL, I think it'll benefit England as a nation and go a lot further in the competitions that we're playing.
The 21-year-old became a father last year, and the nationality of son Braden is still up in the air.
No, I keep trying to tell Carly we'll get the English passport, but she's having none of it, so we'll go for both, I reckon.
Who's he going to cheer for when Australia plays England? That's the other big question.
Definitely the Poms.
Really? I'd say Aussie, really.
The Poms? The Poms?
Life, maybe you'll wear an English cap and an Aussie jersey.
Yeah, it just give me a lot more ownership now in life. I have to take a lot more responsibilities, and yeah, it's just opened my eyes, and I'm really enjoying it. It's hard to explain the feeling of having a child.
With his home life sorted, there's a small matter of a premiership to win. And when the Storm's big-name players were on origin duty, Widdop stepped up to the plate and delivered, playing a pivotal role in the round 14 game against the Roosters.
Gareth Widdop puts the icing on the cake.
I just thought he was magnificent that night. We didn't have our origin players, and he had big boots to fill in Cooper's, and he done a tremendous job.
It was time for me to step up there and take control of the team, and I really enjoyed it out there, and that was one of the most very confident games I've played all year, I think. Hopefully will help me with it back into the season now.
And although he's happily entrenched in Melbourne, there's still a desire to make his mark back in Old Blighty.
Oh, maybe further down the line I might go back to England maybe one day and play, which I'd like to play in the Super League, but for now I'm happy in Australia, really enjoying my time here.
Yeah, it's hard to be a shining light in a team full of stars, but that really has been the case for Gareth Widdop this year. A natural fullback playing 5'8", would that be a hard adjustment, Minnie?
Oh, I think so, yeah, but I think he's adjusted well. Even from game one at number 6, he's been going really good. I watched him over the last year or two, and As you said, he's a natural fullback. There is a slight adjustment there, especially in defence and what defensive patterns the club has and whether you fit into them nicely, and he's done a great job.
He's going to be one of the major forces today for the Melbourne Storm, and it really takes this forward pack, I think, today from the Bulldogs to really try slice through them to make a difference if they are to win this game. Frank Pritchard is the key. He started well last week, but after 15 minutes,